boys and girls, I'm going to go ahead and go over your assignment for Language Arts, Lesson 08.04, the HCS Supplemental assignment. We're going to go into your Language Arts course. We're going to scroll down, and we're going to look at Module 8, and we're going to look at 804 HCS Supplemental, author's use of figurative language, dialogue, imagery, idioms, and so on. I'm going to click on that link with the blank page icon to open the lesson. And we're going to click on the lesson to make it bigger. You're going to want to make sure you go through this entire lesson. It's 12 pages long, and you're going to be looking at examples of the author's use of figurative language, dialogue, imagery, idioms, adages, and proverbs to shape meaning and tone. So you're going to review figurative language. You're going to click on this image to review the different types of figurative language. So when you click on this picture, it'll open up another document that has the different figurative language. And they are, you have to scroll down a little bit, but you've got all the different types of figurative language. Alliteration, hyperbole, idioms, onomatopoeias, personification, proverbs and adages, similes and metaphors, puns, and then the last few pages you don't need. But make sure you click and read through these examples and definitions of the different types of figurative language. Then you go back to the lesson, and you're going to review a video on tone versus mood. And there's a reminder here at the bottom. Tone is the author's attitude. Mood is the reader's feelings. Here, this slide is going to go over words that you can use when you are describing tone and mood. And it goes into more detail about what tone and mood is. Here's a little practice activity where it says, now that you've reviewed figurative language and tone and mood, you'll work on using the two concepts together. Start by creating the following chart in your notebook. So you're going to create this chart in your notebook, and there's some reminders of what tone is and what mood is. And in the chart, we've got without figurative language, what is the tone and mood of the text without figurative language, and then with figurative language. What is the tone and mood of the text with figurative language? So you're going to create this chart in your notebook for the next few slides. Now we've got a text where some of it is blocked out. You're going to read that text without the figurative language that is included. Then you're going to fill out the left side of the chart. What is the tone and mood of the text without the figurative language? That text that we just looked at, the figurative language was taken out. So what is the tone and mood without that figurative language? Then you're going to read the text with the figurative language. So you can see that the parts of the text that were covered up are now exposed. And now you're going to fill out the right side of the chart, looking at what is the tone and mood of the text with the figurative language. And then you're going to answer the following questions in your notebook. You've got your lesson summary and then your assignment. For the assignment, you're going to click on the link. And it'll open up your assignment. It's a one-page assignment, and you've got different pieces of text here, and you're filling out some parts here. So let's look at what we're doing here. Number 1, Jason could feel butterflies in his stomach as he entered the bustling airport. This place is a zoo, his mother exclaimed as she got in line at the ticket counter behind about 1 million other travelers. So you're going to fill out what the tone of the text is. Remember, tone, if we go back to the lesson, it says it throughout multiple spots. Tone is the author's attitude. So based on these few sentences right here in number 1, what is the author's attitude here? What context clues can we pull from this text that help us determine the author's tone? So, for example, I would say the author's tone here is almost annoyed. My context clues or my evidence would be that the airport is bustling, meaning it's very busy. The text also said, this place is a zoo. And the mother that said that exclaimed it. So she's saying that very loudly. She got in line at the ticket counter behind about 1 million other travelers. That's exaggerated. So these context clues here kind of lead us to think that the author's tone is annoyance. They're annoyed. The mood, remember if we go back to the lesson, the mood is how you feel. So based on if you were in this going through this situation, how would you feel? Well, I would definitely not be happy that I have to wait in line and that that the airport is very busy. And so my mood here would be almost like flustered. So you're going to go through and you're going to complete 2, 3, and 4. I just went over 1. Reading these different scenarios and writing in what is the tone, what's the author's attitude, what evidence led you to that, and then mood. What is your feelings behind it, behind the text? Okay? When you're done, you'll go back to Buzz. You'll click on that next activity arrow. It'll bring you to the submission page. You also have access to the assignment here under attachments. When you're done with your work, you'll click on the blue plus button that you have on your screen and you'll attach your work. Let me know if you have any questions.